Good morning, folks. I'm going to show you how to cook up. That's a 2-inch fatty piece of meat. I'm going to teach you how to cook that, make it all delectable and juicy. And it's not going to be that expensive, but it is still expensive. I mean, yeah, it is a tomahawk that, I'll smoke and reverse sear it, pretty much. Okay, this cut of meat on its own was about $50. I got it from Costco in one of those 2 packs. It's nice and thick, it's very fancy, it looks really good. If you want to impress family, friends gathering on like a special evening, Christmas, whatever, I would say it's pretty good value for it, not too expensive. I'm gonna show you like extra steps you can do to make it good. We're gonna start off with Frenching the bone. It's where you like put your tongue in the meat and like, move it all around and, French it like that. What it actually means to French the bone is trim off anything that isn't bone. It's like peeling back your foreskin after a day of exercise. Why am I f***ing doing this? This is all optional. Okay. See, look at that. Not too terrible, but it's pretty much just exposed bone. Cut off, any excess. Okay, trimmed up the fat just a little bit, If we're gonna hang this and smoke this, it might fall apart. Buy some twine, butcher's twine. It looks pretty good. Aggressively salt the f out of it. We're gonna marinate it overnight and basically dry brine it. Get all the sides. Because we're gonna season it overnight, it's gonna go into the meat. I'm just gonna use salt and pepper just because I like it like that. Later we're gonna use bone marrow compound butter, so I'm not gonna season it too much here. Okay, we're gonna put this in the fridge uncovered, just so that all the moisture can like evaporate from the surface. Probably at least 8 hours. Ideally do it the day before. It'll save you a lot of hassle. If you do this in the morning, take it out 2 hours before you need to eat and then cook it up. You should be all right. We're gonna do to the meat what your neighbor John does to your mother while your dad's out of the town. I'm gonna drill the meat you savagely want. Drill a hole a little bit, about 50% wider or more than the hook thickness.
It's very close to your hand, by the way. Oh, that was so f***ing close to your finger.
Yeah, fantastic.
This is my first time trying something like this, but aim for a temperature around 65 degrees for a 2-hour smoke, because you wanted the meat having an internal temperature about 48 to about 52, somewhere between there. Now what I did, I put a water ball in. I forget what method that is, but it's basically temperature control, helps the steam in. Alright, so once you hang your meat inside your barbecue, it's all smoking. Now look, I put ice cubes in just to make it cooler, quicker. It does kind of work, but you got to put a lot more in than you think. But if you put too much in, it gets too cold, so beware.
Okay, I have big ass bone marrow. Make a compound butter out of it, so I'm gonna season this first with salt, pepper, and thyme. That's pretty much it. And additionally make confit garlic, maybe. That actually works. We'll just have a look at it at 30 minutes. See your garlic here. Cover it in oil.
Yeah, when you're making a quote-unquote confit garlic, you can put whatever thing you want in. You can pretend to be a chef all you want when you do that.
Throw this into the oven too.
And with the compound butter, please use room temperature butter, softened butter. It's a bit hard to mash up. Mix all your ingredients together now. Put the bone marrow in. It looks a little bit f***ed up.
All in here. I'm gonna put a bit of chili in it.
And yeah, also season it right with salt. Afterwards, do what I'm doing, put it on cling wrap or baking paper, alfoil, whatever. Make it into a sausage, and then later you can cut it up.
It's probably pretty good. And then chuck this in the freezer just to quickly set it.
Look, in the end, the smoking was a little bit over 2 hours. Now, once it reached ideal temperature, 48 to 52, that's when it's about medium rare, medium, depending on what cut you got. And cut the strings off so that it doesn't burn when you sear it. Now for this, your meat's actually already cooked, so you're gonna wanna sear just the outside. So you wanna make it hot as fuck when you sear it, like insanely hot. Almost to the point where you're like, oh, am I burning this? I kind of like it when it's a little bit burnt on the outside, gives it a bit more flavor. because I figured it wasn't a bit charred enough. I thought, you know, let's put some of the compound butter on it and let the fire like go a bit crazy for a bit, give it a bit of a char, a bit of color, you know, that sort of thing.
Bro, that was pretty crazy. Let's cut into it. Oh, that's actually hella good. It's a good, like, medium rare. Holy shit. Oh my god. Look at that, seriously, look at it. Oh my god, bro, this is gonna taste so good. It's pretty good. This butter was heavily inspired by a professional fat man on the internet. They called it butter of the gods. Smoky, salty on the outside, buttery. It's all the good bits of a steak. It's so good. All right.